What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Kevin Jackwitz, and this is the Kaged Review. And so, I watched UFC 226, and I wanted to talk about the big story from UFC 226. First of all, Cormier beat Stipe very quickly, first round knockout, and couldn't be happier for him. DC is just, he's really comes across as a really cool, humble guy in a lot of ways. But after the match, he calls Brock Lesnar, who's in attendance, into the octagon. Now, Brock Lesnar is still suspended because of his, performance enhancements during his last fight. And there's really mixed signals here. So what happens is DC calls Brock Lesnar into the octagon. Octagon kind of goes crazy. All the fans are like, oh shit. And then Brock Lesnar, he's smiling when he walks into the cage, and then he walks right up to DC and pushes him pretty damn hard. And then you have some little midget dude, not really midget, but kind of a short guy, comes up and pushes Brock Lesnar from DC's camp. And Cormier's like, oh, okay, you want to push me now, you're going to go to sleep later. And setting up a match between Brock Lesnar and DC somewhere down the road, somewhere fairly soon down the road. And then they were asking Dana White about it, after the whole show. And Dana White's like, yeah, that's definitely going to happen. Brock Lesnar, Daniel Cormier, there you go. Now, here's the two things about this. Obviously, from a business standpoint, it just makes sense. Brock Lesnar is a draw. It doesn't matter what he does, he's a draw. Whether you're in WWE or UFC, the guy sells. He puts asses in seats. And with a match this big, I think it's cool because Cormier is finally getting a big highlight fight, which I think he deserves. I think it's going to bring money in for both men, and I think it's going to do very well for the UFC. So it just makes sense. On the other end of it, Brock Lesnar is getting a lot of privilege, both in WWE and UFC, that other people are not going to get. Maybe because he's such a big draw, but whatever the case, the fact remains that he was using performance enhancers when he wasn't supposed to. He did get caught, and he did get suspended, and he should not be in that octagon at all. So I think it sends a very mixed signal for a lot of the other guys in the UFC who are busting their ass off and staying clean and doing all the right things. And then here comes Brock Lesnar, who has very publicly had a flame out, been suspended for it, and now he's back again. So I kind of see both sides of the coin here. And I'm a big fan of Brock Lesnar. I always have been. He's not exactly a people person. He's an absolute ass kicker. And I believe, when he says that, you have to legitimize his words, especially with what he's done in the UFC already. So I'm a big fan of him as far as it comes to the competition. He goes out there and he steamrolls guys, and I love that. And he's been steamrolled before too. Let's not, make any bones about it. I will say that he was fairly sick during a couple of those matches he lost, but at the end of the day, he's gone in, he's been world champion, he carried that championship for a while, so you can't really take anything away from Brock Lesnar's accomplishments. Yes, he's been beat. I don't know too many guys that haven't been beat except for like John Jones. He's an absolute freak of nature. So, honestly, at the end of the day, I do think it sends the wrong message to a lot of the other guys, but it just makes business sense. And personally, I'm looking forward to the fight. I can't wait to see Lesnar and Cormier tangle up and see how it goes. I think it's going to be a great fight, and I guarantee I will be doing the reaction for that fight too, because, it's Brock Lesnar going back to the UFC, and if he wins the title again, I think that would be phenomenal. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what's going on with the news with Daniel Cormier, Brock Lesnar. Stipe, he had some comments about it, but, of course he's going to be pissed. He just lost in a first-round knockout, and now Brock Lesnar is stepping up to the plate. So there you have it, man. I'm excited. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, though. And if you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackwitz. Kaged Nation, out.